Okay, in this video, I will be reviewing Batman issue 701. In this story, Batman is going to prove that there is absolutely no one who can take him down in an actual fight. This issue starts off with the villain known as the Sensei essentially raiding a Buddhist temple in his search for the Fountain of Life. While at the same time, Ra's al Ghul has taken both Robin and Damian hostage because he requires a new body. And he's gonna try and force to make Batman choose which one of them he will end up saving. Then Batman brings up the third option, which would be the villain known as the Sensei, and essentially Ra's trying to take his body instead of either Robin's or Damian's. Batman and Ra's seek out the Sensei, fight some people who he sent to stop them, and they eventually find him. And once they do, the comic then reveals that, well, the Sensei is Ra's al Ghul's father. We then find out that the Sensei essentially tried to mold Ra's al Ghul into what he is. In his own words, he said that he raised him to be the next Alexander the Great, but Ra's essentially failed over and over again, and says that he was flawed from the beginning, even though Ra's tells him he deserves a second chance. But his father disagrees. The Sensei does not like Ra's al Ghul's tone and takes him down in one hit. And this kind of speaks to the badassery of all three characters present. Batman trained, and let me just note, Batman is trained for years to become what he is. Ra's al Ghul has trained for over 600 years, and Batman is still stronger than him. And the Sensei has trained for centuries. He took Ra's al Ghul down so fast that Ra's even admits that he didn't even see the blow coming. Batman begins to fight the Sensei, and it does not look like the fight is going in the Dark Knight's favor. Sensei then tells Batman that he only needs 1 minute to defeat him. Points out to Batman that his training was apparently nothing compared to his, as where Batman trained for decades, the Sensei has trained for centuries, and throws that stick at Batman hard enough to impale him. Now, this would kill anyone else, but as it turns out, Batman is not anyone else, as he pulls it out and smacks the sensei with it, even though he blocks it, and Batman tells him that he's lasting longer than a minute. And the fight rages on, with either one potentially having won. I mean, either one could win this fight. And then both Batman and Sensei fall into the Fountain of Life. And while Batman is most likely healed by this, Sensei is essentially lit on fire because he lacks purity of spirit. The indirect words of the Shaolin monks who guarded it, not mine. And while this fight was taking place, Ra's al Ghul uses this opportunity to take over the body of one of the Shaolin monks. On the final page of the comic, Batman gets up, screaming out Ra's name, making it very obvious that he's gonna kick his ass in the next issue. And that was Batman issue 671. Part of the Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul storyline. A story that showed that Batman is a 100% fucking badass because of how he beat down Sensei. And he would have. I mean, this guy punched out Superman. Sensei was not going to win against the Dark Knight, who was most likely holding back when they fought. I mean, we just saw Batman get impaled, and it didn't affect him at all. And in all fairness, those are all reasons as to why this comic book is definitely worth reading. If you can find it online or at your local comic book shop, I recommend that you buy it.